welcome back to my YouTube channel. So as you can see by the title, today we are going to be testing, reviewing, playing with, tutorialing Nabla Dreamy palette. This is new to my collection. I got this a few days ago now. It was on Beauty Bay and as far as I know it is still in stock, but it sells out like that. So I will link it down below and I would grab one quick if you like the look of it. This palette caught my eye recently when I saw the swatches of it online. I'll just insert a picture here of the picture I saw of the swatches, and I'm sure you'll agree that that's like, and then when I saw it was this palette, I was like, that is stunning, and I need to add that to my collection. In this palette you get 5 mattes. You get this kind of neutral brown, this kind of pinky salmony colour almost, this gorgeous raspberry which looks like Love Letter from the Modern Renaissance, this lovely purple which kind of looks like Bon Fresco from the Modern Renaissance, and then this gorgeous deep purple. Then you have this lovely kind of white gold, a beautiful kind of true bronze, a rose gold, a deeper kind of pinky metallic, a really light pink metallic. This deep purple is gorgeous as well, it's just a normal metallic. This purple is more of a pressed glitter, although that's not what it's marketed as far as I know, but I find that it works best over a glitter glue as opposed to just on its own. The Dreamy palette comes in at $32.50, which isn't bad for a high-end palette. You get 12 shades. Modern Renaissance, for example, is 43, but you get 14 shades, I think. Yeah. Coloured Rain as well, Queen of Hearts, which I would really like in this too, comes in at £45, which is way more expensive. I do highly recommend this palette. Before we jump into the video, I did film this before, I deleted all the footage. I was very angry with myself, so it's not first impressions today, but in my first impressions, I adored this palette. I even said it was quite hard to use, it was so pigmented. So I can imagine this on medium and deep skin tones would be beautiful. I'll insert some swatches here that I've done on the palette. I have to say I'm really in love with this palette already. It's a palette that I can see myself using a lot. I think it can be quite versatile, but it's definitely a lovely palette for kind of smoky evening looks, night out looks, occasion looks, just because some of the colours are just so rich and just lovely. I'm just wiping my swatches. Like I said, I'll link the palette down in the description bar down below. Also, please do subscribe if you haven't yet. This is part of my 7 days of video series and I'm really enjoying filming every day. I hope you're enjoying my videos. And without further ado, let's just jump into my tutorial for this look here using the Nabla Dreamy palette. I'm going to start off with this colour here called Illusion and just pop that in my crease with a massive fluffy brush. I don't think there's anything worse as someone that makes videos deleting like a finished edited video, and especially one that you actually really like, because anyway, I'm just gonna try and recreate what I did. Unfortunately, not my first impressions, but there we go. My first impressions were good, so I don't mind having to use the palette again, of course. Then I'm going straight in with this lovely kind of raspberry colour called Senorita on a slightly smaller brush. And I'm going to pack that inner corner to outer corner. And I am going to take it pretty high, because when we cut the crease, it will mostly be covered up. I really highly recommend this palette. I do think it is really nice. I'm just going in with this shade here called Sistina, just in between where I put that raspberry colour and the brown, and just blend them together. Do you know who I would love to see review this palette is Stephanie Nicole. I'd love to see what her thoughts were on it. I think we're generally very close in the shadows that we like. But yeah, I'd love to see her review it. I bought the Coloured Rain palette because of her, and I absolutely adore it. I'm going to go into this shade here, Dogma. It looks like a dark brown or even black, but it's a really deep purple. And I'm going to start creating my spotlight. Spotlight eyes for me are now starting to get really easy. I'm so happy about it. It's almost easier for me to do this than like a really kind of traditional eyeshadow look. Just because my crease is so pants with having hooded eyes. And then I'm just going to connect the two. That just looks really messy, that's okay. So I'm just going to take a smaller brush with a bit of Dogma on it and just start blending. Blend. I mean, just as easy as any good eyeshadow that I love. So like Modern Renaissance or Queen of Hearts. What other eyeshadows do I adore? High-end eyeshadows. On my ABH singles. There's just really no complaints with this palette. So I'm just going to spend time blending this and then we'll move on to our cut crease. Going in with a bit more of that Senorita Raspberry shade just at the top, just to make sure it's not harsh. Now I'm moving on to my cut crease. I'm using my Makeup Forever concealer palette. This was probably the best thing I ever bought from TK Maxx, to be honest, in terms of makeup. I've used it so much, as you can see. I'm gonna dip into like these two and just start making my cut crease. And my best tip for a cut crease brush is go on eBay or Amazon and search nail art brushes, and this is a nail art brush. It came in a pack of like 20. It is minuscule, 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 and it's so easy for doing really, really detailed work where you need a really nice crisp line. So I'm going to start by painting the concealer just on the very bottom, and I'm going to like look down, and then you can see it's transferred my line there. So now I'm just going to work on extending that line down and up with my concealer. Like this. And then that's my kind of basic shape. So all I need to do now is just spend a bit of time with tidying it up and really sharpening up that line, and also making sure that it matches this side, because then it looks better. So I'll be back in 2 seconds once I've kind of filled it in and tidied it up, because I need to rest my elbow like on my desk or it just looks awful. 2 seconds. So I've just spent some time making my cut crease. Now I'm going to dip into this gorgeous shade here called Vanitas. Yeah, I mean, I don't know how else to pronounce it. This one here. And I'm going to pop that all over my cut crease. This shade reminds me of Angelic from both of the Huda palettes. It's that kind of peachy pink. It's really pretty. I'm not taking it all the way to the top yet, because I'm going to do a slightly different colour there, I think. And I've taken this too high, haven't I? Grrr. Then I'm going to dip into Rose Gold. It always looks messy at this stage as well. Don't worry. And I'm just going to pack that on the outer corners. Then I'm going to start taking a bit of Senorita and Dogma and just putting those matte shades on the outer corner and inner corner just to start blending it and making it look nice and seamless. I think I always say it, but this is just where you need to start taking your time and just dipping between your different shades and just making sure everything looks really blended. I'm going to dip into the shade Immaculate and pop that at the very top of my cut crease. So far I've used all of these metallics dry and they're so incredible. I can imagine wet, they're even better. There, I'm pretty happy with that. I think that looks fine. Maybe this outer edge needs a bit more blending. I'm just gonna use any old mascara just as a good base for sticking on my falsies. And I'll just throw my lash on. Now the glue's been on it for a good 2 minutes, so it should be pretty easy to apply. I just don't understand how people can put lashes on after 30 seconds. To me, the glue is still really wet, whereas when I leave it for 2 whole minutes, like that's it on. Easy, because the glue is so tacky, it's just gonna stick immediately. Yeah. I'm gonna go finish off the rest of my makeup because I'm gonna film a first impressions and wear test of a new foundation. Let me show you. Of the Primark one, so that will be up soon as well. And then when I've got all my base and stuff on, I'll come back and we'll do our under eyes and just finish off this look. Okay, we're gonna do our under eyes now. I'm just gonna, I don't know, play about. I'll probably put a bit of brown shade under, this nice purple, this color, and then a bit of this on the outer corner. I never know what I'm doing, I just do it. Starting with the purple shade Lullaby. Oh, that's pretty. And I'm just gonna jump into Senorita, which is that lovely raspberry. And then the deepest shade just on the outer corner. Link it up to the top lash line. Now we just need a lower lash mascara, and I think I'm just gonna put on a nude liner. I use blue so often and I love it, but maybe just a nice nude to open up my eyes a bit. Actually, let's just inner corner highlight as well. And I'll just use the shade Immaculate. Dunk that on. This is a finished eye look then. I quite like how it came out. I've just paired it with a nude lip, and yeah, quite a statement eye. You don't really need statement lips, although I quite often do bold lips with eyes like these. To wrap up my thoughts on the palette, I would 100% recommend it. It is gorgeous formula, gorgeous colors, easy to blend, very pigmented. It's a really nice color story to the palette. It all kind of makes sense. The metallics are beautiful. I mean, it's just a gorgeous palette. I would compare it to the Color Drain Queen of Hearts or ABH Modern Renaissance because so many of the colors are similar. If you have both of those palettes, you don't necessarily need this one, but then who needs an excuse to buy another beautiful palette? Not me. Really hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please do give it a thumbs up and leave me a comment. Also subscribe if you haven't already. I would really enjoy that, obviously. And I really hope to see you in my next video. Bye.